Just a sec, let me set something up here. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I took a little holiday. I didn't do any streams last week. But I hope everybody had a nice holiday and ate a lot of good food. Hope everybody tried to stay out of the political conversations with the families. Because there are way more important things in the world. And there are way more beautiful things to focus on, like cryptocurrency, guys. So hello everyone, and thank you for joining the quest. I am PS Quest, and this is Crypto Quest. So the goal of your crypto journey should be to build a strong portfolio that continues growing in value. That does mean that sometimes we get into coins low, get out of them high, we switch to new coins that follow the action. We always want to see where the money's going, where the narrative is at the time, so that we can explore the options among that ecosystem and try to find the next big thing. So the last episode I talked about how to be a little more consistent with the right calls in crypto, how to stay ahead of the curve, how not to get into a coin that's going to be stagnant or devalue right after you buy it. So the mentality is always going to be to buy the dip and sell the all-time high. This is how to make profits in crypto. Now, lately I've been noticing a few things. I've noticed that the Solana ecosystem has been pretty resilient, and we're getting a lot of new projects pop up on the Solana ecosystem now. I believe it's the result of the Ignition hackathon that they had. Many of the winners of the hackathon are now starting to launch their projects and their tokens as well. So before I get into the charts and stuff like that, I want to talk about this coin here, Render, which is fantastic. It is a Solana ecosystem coin as well. But I wanted to first talk about Radium. Okay guys, the Radium Accelerator. Now when I first started looking at this, and all you have to do is go to radium.io/accelerator, RAYTOR. In fact, let me just post that in the comments really quick so you guys know where to look, because I've been looking at this for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, just because, well, for a few reasons. Number one is because there's some really good opportunities here, and I like to keep informed on what's going on. And number two, I have Radium myself, so I'm staking it, and so that I get to participate in some of these ICOs, which is really cool. And I really recommend that you guys do the same thing. So the thing is, taking a look at Radium, when I first started looking like 3 months ago, it was all the way up to here. Grape was the most recent one that had launched. It was just Grape, and these were all ended. And of course, I didn't get to participate in any of them because they already ended. But since then, nothing happened for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 months. It was just nothing. And now we've been seeing insane projects coming up, crazy, like nonstop. There was Gene Pets. There was DFL, DeFi Land, which I'm going to talk about later as well. It's a huge opportunity here. There's TTT, which is upcoming. And now there's more. We have 3 more, all until December 9th. There's going to be 3 more projects. There's going to be, Tab Trader, the TTT. There's going to be Run Node, and there's going to be Really. And so it's like, all of a sudden, all these projects start popping up, and I can only imagine that it's because the Ignition hackathon is over, and all these guys that won, they're finally launching their projects. Now, the crazy news is, if you guys have Radium, and you get in on Radium, you stake Radium, you can actually get in on these at really cheap prices. Like, for example, Gene Pets. Unfortunately, let me click on this. I can actually show you guys. I was eligible for 11 tickets. I deposited 11 tickets. I think it was like, $80 per ticket. So I deposited $880 for 11 tickets of Gene. Unfortunately, I didn't get any, okay? But here's the thing. If I had, I could have gotten 880 Gene tokens for, I could have gotten 1,100 of these for $880. Now, if we look at what the price of Gene is right now, it's like $40. Okay, so, I mean, that's the kind of crazy moves that you can make. You can like 100x your money almost instantly. And Gene Pets just launched. When was it? Yeah, maybe 3 weeks ago? 2 or 3 weeks ago, it just launched. And that looks like a really cool play too. This is actually an NFT play. It's an NFT gaming coin that looks like a lot of fun. But the DeFi Land project is another coin that's on the accelerator they launched. You could have bought it at half a penny, and right now it's trading at 37 cents. So again, that's, what is that? 37 times 2, 74 times 74x, from the launch, from the ICO launch. So no reason not to be in Radium right now and staking Radium. It's just way too many beautiful opportunities here. But let's talk about DeFi Land, because actually this project is really, really cool. It is a multi-chain agricultural simulation web game created to gamify decentralized finance. So it basically says, okay, we know you guys have finances. You like to do your finances in a decentralized manner, right? Which means you like to keep your money on a decentralized exchange. You like to swap coins decentralized. You like to farm. You like to yield, provide liquidity, and do all these cool things. But why not be able to do it in like a game mode? It's a gamified experience. So it's a redesigned way of interacting with DeFi through gamification. It gives you unique NFTs. So depending on how often you play, you also earn. There's achievements and tasks and things like that you can play to earn. So the game has not launched yet, but people are saying that this is going to be pretty much Farmville. Pretty much Web3, decentralized Farmville is what it's being, it looks like it's going to shape up to be. If we look at the Twitter, it's actually way cooler looking than Farmville. I mean, the graphics are nice, and it just takes it to a place that makes it fun. It makes DeFi that much more fun. We know that Solana is super fast, and you can make transactions very quickly on this platform. So the Solana blockchain is the fastest and the cheapest by far that I've ever used. And so we know that it actually is kind of more geared towards gaming, because in gaming you want things to be fast. You want to be able to make your transactions right away. You want to harvest your crops or whatever, and it shows up in your wallet, instantly without fees. And that is why I think that DeFi Land is really going to take off, because it's in the right ecosystem. For what it wants to do, it's just in the right place. Like if you try to do this on Ethereum network, man, forget about it. All these like microtransactions, you would be paying so much in gas and it would take so long, it would be ridiculous. It wouldn't work. It's not possible to work. Avalanche might work a little bit, but still it kind of adds up. Avalanche is great and it's fast. It's cheap, but it's not free. Like Solana is basically free. I mean, you can harvest your coins that you're farming on Solana network. You can harvest it like 100 times a day and you wouldn't even notice it. It would be like a penny, off your bank account. So it's funny to say bank account, but really it's your wallet, right? It's your decentralized wallet account. So that's what I wanted to talk about for DeFi Land. It's in the right place. I think it's the right time. And it's something to keep an eye on. So I linked in the description, not the description, but the chat, I linked their Discord. And they're giving away beta keys for people who are participating in the Discord. So it might be worth checking out. Take a look, join the Discord if you want. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that. I don't get anything from it. I'm just sharing the information with you guys because I think it's important to learn about this kind of stuff. So I wanted to talk really quick about the charts. So I made a few really awesome calls with Remark and also with Moonriver. I made a very good call recently with Trias. I showed you guys that if Trias dips down to the 13 to the $12 to $13 range, then you have to pick it up because we have the mainnet launching in December. It dipped all the way down to $11, and since then it has absolutely skyrocketed. Let's just say from my buy zone, which was a conservative buy zone, it went down a lot more from there. This is a pretty conservative buy zone, but from my buy zone, it's up 30% today, which is crazy. This is just one of the calls that I've made out of many calls. But let's look at another call that I want to make, and that is right now I'm seeing something crazy happen. Oh yeah, by the way, I call Flux too. Flux actually broke out of a wedge here, and it broke to the upside of the wedge. The wedge I drew was back here. It broke to the upside, and this call should have netted you guys. Yeah, we got about 40% on that call. So this next one, really anywhere up below the green line is where I want to see it. We so far haven't broken below this wedge, which is the $1.50 area, $1.55, and I don't think we will. And if we do, it's going to wick back up. So I'm seeing right now consolidation. Let me just draw some stuff here. this is consolidation for Flux. Flux is it's a good coin. Okay, it's definitely a Metaverse ready, Web3 ready, NFT ready ecosystem. Okay, it's fantastic. So it's not a bad project at all. It's got a good team. So right now it's consolidating, and what I see now is a break through the green and a retest. And if we break through this wedge, guys, we're probably looking at like a pump of at least 15 to 20%. I think the target for me is like the 230 region. So picking it up anywhere around here, literally anywhere around here. I mean, of course, ideally you want to pick it up on support right here. So if you can get in at $1.58, that's a good 40% trade right there. On Flux, also Render is basically GPU card sharing platform. So it's the Uber for processing power, as it were. Now Render project it went up like crazy. So let's go back in time. It started like below $1, and then it just started going like crazy after the Solana conference. People, actually were alerted to what this thing is and what it does. And since then, it really took off like crazy up here to 880. That was the all-time high. And I see this coin going to at least $11 or $12. I do see it touching this again. And the reason why is because it is a very highly sought after coin right now. There's a lot of big money that's looking to get into this. Number one, because of what it does, it's unique to its own space. And there's nothing else that's doing this. And there's nothing else that's doing this on the level that these guys are doing it. That's number one. Number two, it's kind of a fallback for a lot of the miners. So a lot of miners have these GPU cards, and when Ethereum changes over to Ethereum 2.0, they're actually going to have to do something with their processing power. They're not going to want to dump and sell all their cards. I mean, it's just going to crash the market, and even if it does, it's like, why would they do that? They would lose so much money. So they would want to get into something else. And so using Render, sharing your GPU with Render to earn Render tokens makes sense. So I think that a lot of the miners are actually backing this as well. And as we know, the miners do have a lot of say. They got a lot of skin in the game, as it were. Okay, so now with that out of the way, after the all-time high of 880, Render came back and it tested out. It's having a really hard time going below this green line. So I drew this green line because the candles typically close above that line. Anything closing below that line is a really good buy. Anything closing above that line is a really good sell because it tends to wick above the blue line. So this is what we've been doing for the last, 10 days or so. We've been just bouncing around this corridor. And it's gotten now to the point. We had a pump right here. This right here was the Binance listing. So it just got listed on Binance and also Bybit. That's what this pump was. So the thing is, all these guys that bought it on Binance when it launched, their average price is probably like $7.15 to $7.70. And these guys are going to want to make money, okay? So if you think the price isn't going to come back to these levels, you're mistaken, believe me. So we're seeing now a nice wedge forming with Render. Major consolidation, and the longer it consolidates, I don't do that. The longer it consolidates, guys, typically, the longer something consolidates, the bigger the breakout is. Okay, that's been consolidating for a while. So we could see a full breakout, top to bottom, top of the wedge to the bottom of the wedge. We could see a breakout, at the very least, take it up to new all-time high, $9.39. Okay, the other thing about that, guys, is that there are only, I think, 200 plus million of these in circulation right now. And meaning the market cap is actually really low for this coin. I think it's ranked like 200 something. So if you think about a coin that's ranked 200 something in the market cap, that has a long ways to go. For Render is for sure one of the higher cap. It's going to be a top 100 coin. Okay, and for it to be a top 100 coin, the price has to be around like $15 to $17, $18. Could easily see that happening, guys. So that's my call for render. I think that as soon as we break this wedge, and it's getting close, it's very, very, very close. The end of the wedge is here at December 1st. If we don't see a higher high or a lower low by December 1st, which is in 2 days, we're going to see a major breakout, okay? So we're definitely going to see a break. Is it going to break up or is it going to break down? That's the question. My answer is I am about 80% confident that this is going to break up. 20% maybe it breaks down. If it does break down, I don't think it's going to go that far because, again, this is a highly sought after coin, guys. Even as the whole markets were dumping out, Render was doing fine. You know, Render didn't ever go below $5. That seems to be the real bottom. You know, the 545 area seems to be the real bottom for Render right now. It would be nice to pick it up on the bottom here, the bottom of this wedge, because it does touch. It touches the bottom of this wedge pretty regularly. So picking it up right now at $6.40 would be a good buy. And again, we'll see. There is sell pressure here, but I think that's going to go away. This is definitely going to go away as people get more confident in this coin. So right now the confidence level is just not there for the coin. That's why when they see it come up here, they just sell it quickly, and that's why we see these high wicks. But as the market matures for this coin and as people gain confidence in it, we'll see less and less and less of this and much more upside, in my opinion, for Render. So that's my call for today is Render. I also would like to call Flux. I think the Flux is going to break out of this wedge as well. We do want to see a breakthrough of this green bar first, which is $1.85. If we can break past $1.85, I think that the probability of us breaking upwards through this wedge is very high. I think if we stay below the $1.85 level, and let's say we break down below the $1.55, then it's probably bearish and I would stay away for the time being. But if we bounce off of $1.57, like I said, and we break through the $1.85, then retest back to $1.85, I think it's definitely time to pick it up. That's a confirmation that we're probably breaking upwards on the wedge, with the target being about $2.45 to $2.50. Alright guys, so yeah, that's it for today. Again, as always, if you guys have any coins that you want me to take a look at, I can review the ecosystem, I can talk to the team, I can go over the charts, whatever the case may be. Just leave it down in the comments below, I'll take a look. Otherwise, I'll be streaming live on Wednesday today, not Friday, just because I'll be traveling again next week. But again, I'm open for any kind of comments or whatever. I'll take a look at. So I hope the overview here proves to be informational for everyone. And if you like staying ahead of the curve, make sure to click the like button and subscribe down below to get the updated information on the crypto space before everybody else. And until next time, guys, keep your portfolio strong and your hands stronger.